hello, this is cute chick, and apparently I am peeking behind the tree. You know that Clarence episode where they go into the hotel and Clarence was in the blanket. I am the piggy under the blanket. So hold on, before we continue on the story, it just bothers me about the way Rosaria sounds when she walks. Like, listen very closely. You hear that? You see like a rubbery stretching noise? It always bothers me. Is it her fishnet leggings or something? I mean, I don't like fishnets anyway.
Please excuse me and
but
enjoy your conversation
so
at your
off.
leisure.
It's like she's wearing latex.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Miss.
It's so uncomfortable. Ugh.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
She looks so sad.
Oh.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Hey, let's not bother her.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you. Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
She has the eye shape of Zoe Franklin from Dark Diaries.
Aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already. Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques. I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately.
So Jacques
He tried to be
like
as careful
so
as he could, but even so,
he couldn't have been
he was still found out
guilty.
by the higher-ups. They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Oh, so someone ordered Jacques to take out Callis.
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth.
The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Testimony. Oh, we're doing something yeah, this is what I mentioned before. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a pattern amongst all the cases in this Archon quest, the whole thing. Like, I don't know, how many acts are there? Because like in the Sumeru story quest, it didn't limit itself to 3 acts like Inazuma did, which caused itself to screw itself up. Like, Sumeru was a great improvement, and now this thing is just absolutely going ham with being legendary. So we have all this testimony, so let's ask
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Okay, but we're gonna have to be really careful because I'm pretty sure we're gonna be really suspicious. Like, they're gonna catch on. Like, I've already had this feeling when I tried to sneak in a curious member into a certain server. Oh, I can't. I'm just trying to do a recording right now.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House.
He sounds
Someone
like
got turned into water right
the
in
guy
front of
from
us.
Fried Chili Cheese Dogs.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic,
I
I'm
don't
sure
know, maybe in a
journalists will milk
short,
it for
like
all it's
how
worth.
to make
And it'll be all the
friends.
talk for the
Definitely
next
know how
several
to get
weeks.
laid.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a 3rd person there who was turned into water?
Oh yeah, it's very
At least
possible.
from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a 3rd person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callis ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malouse told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Oh, my tablet stopped working. I was trying to draw some music thingy. I don't know what even happened. Sorry. So we claimed that. So it's about these suspects. It could have lied or something. This is gonna be a lot trickier than Lenny's trial. Let's head over to Fontaine. To the courts. What's with my tablet like not working today? It was doing fine like a few weeks ago or like a month. Let's talk to this guy. This guy's like straight in front of the statue.
Gary, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've caught news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lenny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
Oh.
Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently...
Okay, this
we were
guy
attacked
is
by a horde of
kind of like the
unnumbered
most
Gardamex in the
suspicious
city.
thus far.
So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Does make sense.
Oh.
What is with the
Then
tobacco
you're officially in
businesses
the
out
clear,
there?
Thierry.
Oh, okay, this guy. Okay, this guy's honest.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes
Okay.
aside,
What if,
I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the
alright.
city for a little while,
It's just so hard to
come find
trust
me if you need any
anyone.
support from the guards.
How long has it been going on for any? Oh, he didn't stop the stopwatch. Oh shoot. Theory, person responsible for contact, so only the sufficiently rich can privately own those Gardamex. So let's teleport over here. Oh yeah, there was that nasty photo event that we had to do. Thankfully I got all 7 rewards. But not sure how other of my friends in the America server are doing. Like, who came up with this event anyway? There's like not much information. It's like you taking enough photos. Like, you can't even speedrun the events last minute. You're gonna have to rely on your friends who actually do it beforehand. It just sucks.
How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
I'm
it's
very
all right,
young
Uncle
for an old
Marcel.
guy.
There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies.
We've already
It's
become the
just how
song of
Fontaine is as a
Fenty,
nation.
so...
Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly.
I was
I still
wondering,
don't have
are
much
those
solid
people
proof, but
like
I
in
can sense that
Fontaine?
the other side has already begun to act.
Can people
Oh,
of Fontaine, they're like
and what makes you
partially
say
of
that?
their descent? Like
We were
there could be
attacked
mixed in
on
with
Araneus
Sumeru,
by some
Inazuma,
unnumbered
and all the
Gardamex.
other
And
nationalities.
there was also an
Can they
attempt to
still
get
be
me to
dissolved?
drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more, see if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
He's old. And we might not know everything. So let's go and go over the clues with our girl. Okay, I'll be there in a bit.
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
Ooh, do we need to get
None
some
of them
people
sounded
who
particularly
are...
suspicious.
You think we gotta send out someone else?
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
The motive of Jacques.
Ah, you're right! Florent mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
No, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
So, could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
I like how we're talking about a literal murder case regarding a family member, and then there's this happy-go-lucky music. So the third person.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Oh shoot, I was looking at my painkiller medicine. And Levine's just judging me. Why are you looking at your Walmart pharmacy medicine? Painkillers, period. So, control privately. It should have been theory.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory.
So it could be someone else who's
If the mecha
rich.
were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
So it should have been Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Who else could it be?
Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Could be a
Exactly.
collaboration.
He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who
So it
could
could have
it
been
be?
someone else, like not those three. Oh, we're playing this game again. Oh, I thought it was gonna be the Sumeru thing. Am I peeking or anything? No, it's not Florent. That's irrelevant. Oh, shoot. Okay, we have all this water from the primordial sea. So, oh, he might, either he's old, he might have Alzheimer's, I don't know. I'm still thinking about Marcel because he has like a lot of money on him. And can provide evidence that Callus did not carry a gun. I'm kind of thinking that...
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight.
Could they be in cahoots?
Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The base!
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now.
Can we just, like, dispatch someone?
We need
I know
far
that
more
mail
solid
now.
proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Oh no, did something bad happen?
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
Your finger, it's clicking through your gears. I mean, your wheels.
They're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Hello?
What? Is
right
that
now?
You know?
Oh no, we're in a relationship. No, not a romantic relationship. We're in a kind of a sort of friendship with a literal criminal.
He's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
He's rich?
Wait,
he has a lot of money?
None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible
the guy
to get
behind
the
the
guards to
drug
support
thing
any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll
picking
think
fights
they've
with
already
little
found the
harbingers
culprit.
now.
Yeah, and it'll be a lot harder than to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
I don't know, I've been staying so silent and just reacting. Let's split up.
Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to Irenaeus. I'll go investigate. Oh yeah. So I'm not sure how well affiliated I am with Spina de Brazula, but it will definitely be a lot safer if I go there instead of Navia.
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is
Funny
a trial
how I'm gonna
about
bring
the serial
Tortelli
disappearances
along.
case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open.
Ooh,
You're
that's
right.
good.
This is our best opportunity.
I hope
All right, then.
no one
Let's
is
do
like.
this. I'll stall them at the Opera House
Or-
and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Okay, but I've heard some things about this second act, and I heard that we are going to land ourselves in jail. So,
Just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
I wonder how that's gonna play out.
Mademoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
Yay, it's our bros.
Ah, Malou, Silver, when did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then.
Yay! Suspect analysis. So it's none other than Marcel. What happens if I pick the other options anyway? But I will go have to end off the video right here. Oh,
We should also get going.
okay. How do we
The
even like
location has already
even
been
go?
marked on the map, so let's head over.
Oh, look, it's a little sealy over here. Man, I should go continue exploring the world right after this. But I'll go ahead and end the video here. And let's go explore. Let's go beat up some criminals in the next episode. Bye!